Hello, hello everyone, hello anyone, hello whomever you may be, and welcome to this humble RimWorld video. Now I've never done anything even remotely like this before in my life, so here we are, giving it a go. I thought RimWorld, being a pretty open-ended game, a lot of immersion gameplay, you can do whatever you want, I can do whatever I want, and I can be pretty bad at it. I thought this would be the perfect game to start this foray into videos. So we'll be along for the ride together and we'll see how this goes. So not that long ago, RimWorld released the Royalty DLC, which, as you can see from this very dapper and handsome gentleman, is extravagant and lavish and everything you've ever wanted in a RimWorld colony. Here's a little overview of everything involved in the DLC. I think this screen used to be a little more expanded, but they've clearly compressed it down. So there's new factions, royal titles, psychic powers, imperial soldiers, weapons you can bond with, everything you'd expect from a pretty impressive RimWorld DLC. Now, if you've never even seen RimWorld before, it's a colony simulator. Think like if you've ever played I don't even remember what it's called now, and that's awful. Prison Architect, that's the one. It's very similar to that you build a prison. Here you build a colony, you defend it from raiders, you try and get off this awful RimWorld. So we are going to start a new colony together. We're going to start with, of the 4 options, you have Crash Landed, where 3 people crash with a bit of stuff, some materials, pretty standard start. Lost Tribe, you get 5 people, you can't really get much technology, your people don't get very smart, but you get a lot of people. It's kind of difficult. The Rich Explorer, you're just 1 person with some pretty wicked stuff, if I'm being honest. You get a charge rifle, which is like a really good weapon to defend yourselves, and a pet. Who doesn't have a pet? And then Naked Brutality, which is 1 person with nothing, not even the clothes on their backs. So I'm going to go with the standard start because I'm not very good. You get 3 AI storytellers. They choose and decide what happens in your unique RimWorld story. Cassandra Classic is the baseline. You know, things attack, it goes quiet for a bit, it gives you a chance to come back from it. We're going to go with her. Phoebe Chillax, there's a long time between anything awful happening, but when it does happen, man is it awful. And Randy Random, he is not okay. Whatever happens, happens. It could be awful thing after awful thing after awful thing, or really nice thing after nice thing. You never know with him. I'm going to go with Cassandra Classic. We're going to go on Adventure Story because it's the middle ground and I'm indecisive like that, and we're going to go for reload any time. Am I going to save Scum? Well, how dare you, first of all, and possibly. Alright, let's generate the world. I'm only going to save Scum if things go so horribly bad, but I also thoroughly disagree with what happened. So, now we're in the world generation. Got a small 30% world coverage. You see there's nothing over here. This is where all of the action is. So what's going to happen is we're going to choose a spot to live. Ideally with a bit of water and in a nice environment. Temperate forests, they're pretty standard. Not much awful happens in a temperate forest. If you chose, for example, a temperate swamp, that's where things get a little diseasey and not very nice, you know. There's a boreal forest. I've never been in one of these in any of my playthroughs, so do you know what? I think here is as good as anywhere. You get a little overview of what happens. Any special features like caves, time zones. If you can forage anything, you can forage berries for food. and the stone types. Now, from what I remember, granite and marble, that's what you want. I think granite is very good as wall building material. It's strong, it can take a beating, and people are going to beat on the wall. It's not going to be fun. And marble, I think we're going to live here, And marble looks really nice. You might get extra beauty out of your sculptures. I'm not sure, but we're going to figure it out. So we're going to live there. There's also a river, which is important for power. Now, next we get to choose people. We're not having you, first of all. You get to choose 3 people to crash land on the planet with. Ideally, you don't want your first people being incapable of anything, because you want them to be able to handle whatever the RimWorld throws at them. And you definitely do not want them incapable of dumb labour. Dumb labour, of all the skills, is very important, because that's cleaning things and carrying things, which is like 30% of everything that happens in RimWorld. So we're definitely not having you. I'm sorry. We want some characters, not you, with a good variety of skills. Very smart person. We're going to be keeping them. The intellectual stat is how much they can research and how quickly, by extension, they can research. That's the kind of thing we want. You can't do anything, so we're not having you. You can do everything, and not only that, you like everything. You love everything. We're going with you. Slow learner. They won't get quite as good quite as fast, but that's fine. You're nervous and sickly. You can't do the artistic. But if you look down here, we have a pretty good assortment of skills, if we're being honest. So I think these are the people we're going to start with, and we're just going to generate into the map and see what happens. Now, to start, here we are. We're just gonna try and survive. The 3 of you awaken your crypto-sleep sarcophagi to the sound of sirens and ripping metal. You barely get to the escape pods before the ship is torn apart. Sometime later you land on an unknown RimWorld. As pieces of the shredded starship fall around you, you start making plans to survive. And our plans are going to be lovely. So, here's our 3 people. We've got Rupert, the male yak. I'll just pause for a second to take that in. I love that. Completely. Okay. So, male yak, that's cool. First thing we're going to do. Orders. And we're going to let them pick up everything. Because there's stuff that's going to be scattered all over the map from where we crashed. Next, we're going to decide where we want to live. There's so much marsh. I've never played in a boreal forest before. I'm starting to understand why. So I think we're going to live in this little pocket. Just up here. It'll be a bit of a hike to get everything up there. But I don't see any other place quite as cozy. There's some caves. They'll have to be careful of these horrible things over here, but we'll figure it out. So I think to start with, I'm so indecisive. We're gonna tuck in here. This is gonna be the place. I'm gonna chuck up a wall, a couple of doors. I'm just gonna let them go about their lives. I'll change their work priorities so they always fight fires, because fire bad. They always get medical treatment, because as we know, the ABCs of doctoring. A, bone coming out through the skin is really bad, so we'll have someone handle that. The doctor, not the best doctor I've ever seen, if I'm being honest, but they'll probably stop some horrific wounds. They'll all sleep, they'll all flick switches, and they're all pretty awful at just about everything. So I'm just going to have them all do a little bit of everything for now, while we sort this out. You should definitely hunt and handle. And, because, I mean, you like everything though. Just do everything. You do everything, everyone else will do everything. They'll be sorted. So to start with, we're going to chuck down a little stockpile zone. This is where we're going to put all of our gubs. We're going to chuck everything in there. Nobody's going to nick it. Life's going to be good. We're also going to issue a big old chop order. We're just going to chop all these, no, maybe not all those trees. All those trees maybe. Get some wood together. And these guys can start making some beds and not sleeping on the ground and not having just a horrible time on this planet. So while there's only 3 of them, things are going to be a bit slow. I'm going to bump it up to 2 times speed. While they do that, I sort out some little bedrooms for them. Probably down here. I think a 6x6 bedroom is probably quite comfortable to live in. So, you know, can't blame me for trying it. I'll chuck some walls down here. You're not 6 wide, are you? You liar. There you go. I know it. I'll put some doors in. They'll all have their own bedrooms, because otherwise they'll hate each other. And by extension me. Pop them in there. I'll have them just chip this little bit of mountain away behind them. I don't think they'll ever need to go there, but you never know. I'll also pop that out. Look at that, we're surviving already. I hope. Now, there's loads of steel and horrible, scary bug monsters. Oh, it made a noise I was not okay with. Okay, we've got our stockpile. That's job 1 sorted. They'll just chuck all the stuff in. I didn't give them anything. Okay. You can shoot. You're okay. You love to shoot. Here's the plan. When you're done with whatever you're doing, pick up the gun. You like to stab, so you pick up the knife and you pick up the super gun. Okay. That will hopefully keep our people defended should any mad animals or anything show up, or mad humans, of which I'm sure there will be many. Okay, they're getting on down here. Bump it up to speed 3 for a little bit. And now we can think about how awful our situation is and what we're going to do about it. And do you know what? Having learnt from some previous experience, I'm going to throw down extra bedrooms already. They don't need to build them. I'm going to tell them, in fact, not to build them. Oh, I can't tell them not to build them. Do you know what? They'll just build them. When we'll figure it all out in post. Okay, I'll throw some more walls on there. I hate it when the game saves, because usually it means it's about to throw something horrible at you. Some walls in. Now this might look a little ambitious for having 30 seconds ago crashed on a planet we've never been to. We're going to have 6 whole people live here and none of them are going to die. I know what you're thinking. You're never going to have 6 people live there. First of all, how dare you? Second of all, you're probably right, but it never hurts to have space for maybe random prisoners. Maybe people we want to rescue on behalf of someone else. Or maybe animals, you know, where's Rupert gonna sleep? Speaking of Rupert, actually. Can he... Can you not be... You can't... What's the point of having a yak? Which is cool in itself. I wish I had a yak. What's the point of having a yak if you can't train it to do anything cool? Like carry wounded colonists? Or, you know, drink a pint with the mates. There's nothing it can do. Okay. Well, now that I'm awfully disappointed by that, I'm going to sort out some other things. There you go, counting with Matt. We're going to chuck one of these down. This is going to be way too big, first of all. This is going to be our temporary fridge. Oh, it's not going to go all the way up there though, because there's marshland. Okay, we're getting there. We're figuring it out. Something a little like that. Something a little like that. It's not square, but you know, it looks nice-ish. I could put, oh, you know what, here you go. Here's how you elevate your build to the next level. You do that, and then you put, there was already space for a door. Alright, ignore what I just said about the elevation thing. New lovers. Poppy wooed Hilda by jokingly half complimenting her ability. Her learning ability. Oh, it's a little insulting, really. Hilda was attracted and is now Poppy's lover. Poppy and Hilda now want to sleep together. Well, first of all, that's great, because that means we don't need this many rooms. They just want a double bed and they'll just handle it themselves, as it were. So we'll get them a sweet double bed. And then, if they get a double bed, everyone gets a double bed. We'll put these in. And then, apologies for that sound. Just hitting everything on the desk. Put some double beds in. And I think they'll be more than happy together. So, okay. Figuring things out. Production. I might be getting a little ahead of myself in the survival of the colony. A visitor as well. I'm going to drop it down to speed 1 because I'm panicking. But we're fine. Also, this music. Ooh. I like it. I haven't heard it before. I assume it's new in the royalty DLC. Oh, I love it. Okay. Butcher table. And a fueled stove. Yeah, no, I'm going to put it up here so that people don't get too sick. And they're going to sort that out. Okay. Lovely. Now, next things next. Growing zones. We're going to need to grow some food. Actually, there's a little overlay. I'm going to toggle this on. This means that if any of your stuff gets blown up or broken, the game will put a blueprint down and just, you know, have it be rebuilt by your colonists for you. We're also going to toggle one of these. Fertility overlay. Okay. So the green stuff, that's good to grow on, or that's okay to grow on. I think the yellow stuff is probably a little miserable to grow on. And the bright green, which I think was this kind of really dark brown dirt, I think that's the you know, beautiful stuff to grow on, but not growing on such a tiny area. Right, visitors, Falcon. Who of our people does the talking? You like to do the talking. Do you know what? Get some experience. Have a chat with her. We're going to throw up some grow zones. I'm going to grow some crops. 60? Oh, here we go. What have we got? Well, what have they got? Oh, we can't give them anything because we haven't put it in our stockpile. I'm getting there. I'm figuring it out. Okay, there's nothing we want. We'll ignore that for now. We'll focus on growing some stuff. So I'm thinking potatoes, sweet. Bit of corn, sweet. Bit of rice, because it grows nice and quick. I might be overextending with the grow zones a little bit, but I'm going to put a bunch down, and if they don't fill them in, that's fine. We don't need to worry about it too much. But we want... Do we want? We do want. Ignore me. Where is it? There it is. Cotton. Probably 2 corn, so these 2 will be corn. And I don't remember if our people are good planters. You're a 4, you're a 3, you're a 9. Okay, ignore the double corn thing for now. Plant some strawberries, because I love strawberries, and they should too. And a bit of healing, so that we can get some herbal medicine going, and our people won't die. Probably. Oh, look at that. I'm going to zoom away from that for a little bit. Okay. Things are looking nice. I'm going to temporarily tell someone who doesn't do much, like you, to just haul everything. All of this stuff I want in there under a roof so it doesn't deteriorate in the weather. And then we can think about getting some power and some refrigeration, and we'll cool things down. And it will just be comfortable, which I think is what these people deserve, especially if they're gonna be married. Well, maybe be married. They're lovers. They might get married. They might not. I don't want to, I don't want to pigeonhole them into anything. So we're gonna put floors down. Lots of floors, and we're going to floor here, even though no one's going to be in there for a while. We're going to floor that. I'm going to figure out who grows really well. You grow really well. You should also build and then grow and cut things. You should also cut things. I know Hilda's doing a lot right now, but that's just how it is. I'm going to throw it back up to 3 speed for the time being. That's just how it is when you've only got 3 people. One day. Oh! You gave me some gold! Tribespeople from... Oh dear. From Rogalura Pact. We're going to go with that. Tribespeople from Rogalura Pact have left you a gift. 9 gold. Thank you. Someone will haul that at some point. Right, we're getting some stuff done. We've got a little butcher's thing, a fuel stove. We're going to plant some crops. New lovers, most importantly. We're working on it. Oh, sees! Did you kill that rat? You couldn't have. Maybe you did. I don't know. We won't touch on that subject. Okay, loads of caves, lots of just nasty creatures. I think this also means we're going to get more of them as time goes on. Things are going to show up in here if we're not careful, if we build too close to it. But I'm sure we can figure it out. Now, the reason I chose a river or a starting point, sorry, with a river. What's happening? Mad squirrel. I'll explain my thought in a second. You're so close. You shoot. Right. Get drafted. Where are you? You're here. Get drafted. Get into cover. Poppy, you stab, so you'll be fine over there. Oh, yep. Absolute one shot, one kill. Hilda, the champion. Awesome. There's nothing better I can say. Both of you, go back to what you were doing. Although, could you consider... You can't haul it. I haven't set anything up. Ignore me. I apologise. For I am done. Let's get another zone up here. Another stockpile. Chuck it in here for now. And this will just have fresh food and fresh corpses. Poppy's in a shoot frenzy, so she'll shoot more carefully for some amount of time. Just animal corpses, isn't there? 8 days. 8 days and she'll absolutely hold her own. Probably. Can you hunt, Hilda? Poppy? I'm sorry. Poppy. Okay, so shoot frenzy on woman who stabs. It's fine. I'm not mad. You're mad. I'm a little mad. Oh well. It is what it is. Okay, they're chopping down trees. That's nice. They're getting some growing done. Hilda's getting some building done. We're working our way through. Oh, there's more down here. And glow stools. Probably not safe to ingest. Elk. Oh, wicked. I've never been in the boreal forest. I think I said that earlier in the episode. So there's animals that I haven't seen. I normally just see temperate forest kind of stuff. Or maybe this does show up in the temperate forest and I'm just bad. I miss all of it. And you know what, before we do anything else, we should set up some bills. So I'm going to have them butcher any creatures we kill forever, just as a standing order. Chop the things up into meat. And then I'm also going to have them cook that meat or crops or whatever we may have into simple meals. And I'm going to have them make 30 of them. And then I'm going to have them unpause when they're down to 20. So they'll always have a little reserve of food. And we hopefully won't starve to death. Hopefully, asterisk, probably. We won't touch on it right now. They deserve to at least believe that they'll be okay. You're just hauling all the stuff away. And we've got here a little bit of a geothermal vent, a steam geyser. So when we get geothermal power, which reminds me we should start the whole research thing, but we'll handle that in a little bit. When we get geothermal power, that will be power for days. That'll really keep us going. But for now, priority is food, shelter. Well, other way around, I did shelter, then food, then research maybe? Because I think, here's the research, here's all the things that you can research in the game to make your colony just absolutely flourish. Including some of the new stuff. I think these mean you need tech prints. You either get gifted to from whatever the new Royal Empire faction is for doing some stuff, or you can buy them. So that'll be interesting to discover. I also think you've got a couple of things already unlocked because we're not the abandoned tribe people. And one of them, air conditioning, that you'll use to cool the fridge down, because if you cool your stuff, it doesn't spoil. and that's what we like. Now to do that, I'll probably set watermill generator as my research, and that means we'll have a nice constant flow of power because we're near the river, which incidentally is the thought I meant to finish earlier but didn't. But it's all come full circle. And you know what? Isn't that what this RimWorld is all about? Being a sphere and all that. People are just chilling out. Back up to max speed because it's going to be night time. We'll let them sleep. And yeah, I didn't check anyone actually to see if anyone is a night owl. You're nervous, so you get upset easier, and you're sickly. Oh, so you're just better at medicine. I'm happy with that. You're masochist, okay. And you have bloodlust, also okay, I think. And you're a slow learner. Slow nerder, I apologise. Slow learner, a gourmand, so you like cooking, you also really like food, and you're bisexual. But I don't think that. I suppose that depends. You're a new lover, aren't you? Hilda and Poppy. Oh, cute. There you go. It does come into play immediately. But no one is a night owl, which means no one's going to get upset for being out in the daytime. I don't think we've got enough wood, you know, to finish all these projects. So another big chopped wood order, fairly hefty chopped wood order, really. Ooh, here we go. Since it looks like you'll be here for a while, Hilda thinks that you should give your faction a name. What should your faction be called? I don't know. I do know, because it's not going to be a war. We're going to be the had a stroke there. The survivors. Hilda also thinks you should give this settlement a name. What should this local settlement be called? What now? Wentworth is a really good name. Wentworth sounds British, but we're going to go for, tying into the channel, Fools. Oh, I should capitalise. I'm not an animal. Fools again, not an animal. Chuck some inverted commas in there, wherever it is. What is this keyboard? Fools Landing. I think that sounds about right. There you go. We're now known as the Survivors, and the community is now known as Fool's Landing. Sounds good to me. They'll get a little bit more growing done. And there's been, I'm going to slow it down for a sec, an ambrosia sprout. A grove of the mysterious ambrosia bush has sprouted nearby. If you wait for the plants to grow, you'll be able to harvest the delicious, pleasurable, and slightly addictive fruit. Now, I don't think it's super addictive, but it's definitely addictive. But I also don't think people freak out. You can get addicted to some horrifying things in RimWorld that just end in disaster. Ambrosia, I don't think, is one of them. But also, I think people like to buy it. So when that grows, we'll maybe harvest a little bit of it to sell to people. Right, oh, this really grown. We've got the corn down, the rice down, part way through the potatoes. Yeah, with two of them planting, this is really speedy. And they'll chop down the wood, and what? Someone is freaking out. No, they're not. Don't worry about it. Oh, yeah, they are. Okay. What's wrong? Taiki. What do you need? Okay. To be fair, I can't fault you for that. Bit recreation deprived. So the last thing we're going to do is grab some recreation, put some horseshoes down. Nothing cures boredom like a little bit of horseshoes. And then hopefully Taiki will be fine. Poppy and Hilda are lovers, so they're just absolutely loving life. You know, I think everything here is coming up Millhouse. So I think that is where we will wrap this episode up. Thank you for joining me. I've been you as a fool. I'll see you in the next one where we will continue to try and not die. See ya!